The best stories are often the ones that lie to us, the ones that make us believe that what we see on the surface is what to expect, only to shatter our expectations and drag us into a direction we never saw coming. You come for the lie, but you stay for the truth, even when it gets dark, ugly, and all too real. And no series does this quite like the idol show that captivated the internet. No, not that one. This one. The one about a girl who became an idol, hoping one day every lie she told might actually become real, and the fans that believed her. Welcome anime friends, if you're new here, hi, my name is Phoenix, and today we'll be doing a spoiler-free breakdown of the twisted world of Oshi No Ko, the reality behind the idol series that broke the internet, and how it lies to you. Yes, even now. Before we begin though, there is one rule you must follow. Make sure to grab your cup, because it's time to spill the anime tea. Despite having reincarnation, Oshi No Ko isn't an isekai. Despite having murder, it's not a crime show. And despite the idol characters, this isn't really even an idol anime. But it's easier to define it that way, because in actuality, it's multiple things wrapped into one series. A story about a mother and her children, a revenge plot, and a peek into the world of idols, actors, entertainers, and even YouTubers behind the safety of your own screen. All wrapped with a dazzling bow full of light and color, telling you pretty superficial lies to grab your attention, pulling the same trick the entertainers shown in the series do to keep you as the audience invested. Even Oshi No Ko's title is said to trick you, since it has several translations and meanings that differ depending on how you view it in the series. One Redditor breaks it down into these several translations, one being child of the favored one or child of the idol, referring to the main characters after episode 1. The other meaning could be my favorite idol, which refers to basically the entirety of the first episode. There's also the idea that the word Oshi is similar to the word Hoshi, which means star in Japanese, which is often what entertainers are called. And then there's the lead idol herself's name, Ai Hoshino, or in Japanese, the word order would be Hoshi no Ai. If you change that from a name to a phrase, it would be Hoshi no Ai, which means star of love if you're using Ai in its kanji form, or in this case, because Ai is written in katakana, it means star eyes, referring to Ai Hoshino's actual eyes. There's also one other thing I noticed in Ai Hoshino's name, and that's in the way that it's spelled. Yes, it uses katakana for her first name, but also the katakana is the first two characters in the word idoru, which is how you say idol in Japanese. Excuse my pronunciation, I'm still learning Japanese. Anyway, the multiple translations of the series title reveals its trickster nature, reminding fans that what you see on the surface isn't the entire story. Just like it's easier to believe the surface lie that entertainers know what they're getting into when they become stars. That they know being a star means losing your individuality and your identity, and giving it up to thousands of fans who say they love you despite barely knowing you. And for the truly experienced star with years under the spotlight, this may be the case. But for new and young talent, this is something they'll have to learn. And they quickly have to realize how to manage the world's expectations of them. Just how in the series, a girl who's never felt or understood true affection suddenly has to tell thousands of strangers she loves them. Or when a young actress perfecting her craft hasn't yet learned to hide her real self on a show that mimics reality. When a girl who wants more than anything to follow in her mother's footsteps gets her first taste of rejection. And even when we follow a child actor who wants to prove she's still capable even after she's outgrown all of her roles. These stories are the real heart of Oshi No Ko, tucked neatly between one character's climb into the entertainment industry to seek revenge. Because it's much simpler and much more entertaining to think that it's just an idol series, rather than a peek into the relentlessly difficult, identity crisis-inducing industry of entertainment. And face the fact that fans are partly responsible for the difficulties these young, new creators face. Yes, even you, even me, the people currently obsessed with the series, are partially responsible for the reason the entertainment industry is this way, as well as a subset of fans who fall too deep into the lies the series creates, not internalizing the real message that is hidden underneath them. Specifically, the ones that bully and harass a mother who lost their child to the same harassment a character faces in the show, yet seem to have no empathy for her grief, or her criticisms of the series. Ironically playing out the same role that fans do in the series against a character that makes her go to some really dark places. Because again, it's easier to swallow a lie than digest the truth. Even when it's literally a reflection of real people's experiences, there are still those who refuse to take it. Just as it's stated in the first episode of Oshi No Ko, fans like to be lied to. They love it, actually. And if you really step back to think about it, some of the most memorable fan favorite series do this. They drag us in by telling us everything will go one way, that these orphans are going to be sent to a happy home, that Titans are the sole enemy against the last of humanity, and that these girls are living an average high school life. But then they keep us dragged deep into their depths, tearing away any simple lies with layers of unrelenting reality, even if that reality only exists in the series itself. And we as fans eat it up. Because when we realize we've been lied to, we know that there's a high possibility that this show's going to be much more entertaining and also sometimes much more emotionally impactful. Audiences have become more shrewd, developing a preference for the dark and sometimes real elements of being truly human within fiction. But there is a fine line on the correct way to do a dark series. Take the American drama series that has a similar name and even premise to Oshi No Ko, The Idol, which is currently getting just as many negative comments and reviews about it as Oshi No Ko is getting popular and positive reviews. It has two very different audiences despite tackling very similar topics. The Idol follows a 20-something girl trying to survive in the entertainment industry whilst forgetting mental illness and grief, which leads her to being used by a sleazy producer played by The Weeknd for some reason. Unlike Oshi No Ko, The Idol never lies to you. It sticks faithfully to its premise and arguably probably does show some truth in the depraved world of entertainment that is currently going on right now. Unfortunately, though, it does so by purposely trying to elicit outrage responses from the audience through simplistic dialogue and unnecessarily barbaric scenes that do nothing to progress the morality or even the plot of the story. The Idol's painful honesty, as well as The Weeknd's terrible acting and wigs, and a slew of other small details, are part of its major downfall. But there's one reason above all that explores why Oshi No Ko is able to lie so successfully. A reason that The Idol seems to have not taken into account when creating their series, its audience, and how to appeal to them. Appealing to a specific audience is no easy task. I mean, ask any creator who's ever created anything and had to sell it or market it to people, and they will tell you how difficult it is to get their stuff out there and get it to the right people who, will relate to it, want to watch it, want to see it, want to consume it. I mean, even ask any budding YouTuber what the most difficult part of building a channel is, and they will probably tell you that it's building an audience, getting subscribers and getting people to interact with you and your content and to resonate with the content that you make. It's a never-ending climb to reach people in this algorithm that often miscategorizes your work. But I'm not here to talk about my own personal struggles. I'm here to talk about why Oshi No Ko was able to successfully find its audience and capture their attention. They were able to do this by appealing directly to the anime idol fandom. It did this by delivering on pretty girls, shrewd personalities who know or learn how to dance, and then animating them all beautifully. It also added in a popular character trope, the brooding teenager out for blood. Mix in a dash of anime's ability to take things from weird to strange to downright insane in the span of a single episode, and you have a My Anime List chart topper that throws many years of lifelong anime fans hyping up particular series for decades into absolute chaos. It knows what the modern, truly invested anime fan wants, and it delivers on it flawlessly. Despite its accolades, though, I believe at its center, Oshi No Ko is nothing new or groundbreaking. As many fans have already determined, there's already a horror-based anime series based on one idol's descent into madness, which is called Perfect Blue. There's also a more individual perspective on young girls specifically trying to get into the tough world of acting, such as in Kageki Shoujo. Even a revenge story set in the entertainment world is not something new. Skip Beat has Oshi No Ko beat by several decades, though there is no murder, thank God. And there's even a modern anime about an AI idol who secretly has to save the world, Vivy Flourite. But despite how well these series tackle their own look into the entertainment industry, Oshi No Ko delivers on the idea in a way no other series has before, by combining multiple fan-favorite elements into a single series. Despite being only one season into the twisted drama thriller with idols, and with another season already on the way, there's guaranteed to be more lies that wait for us ahead. Do you think Oshi No Ko is one of the best idol or not anime to come out in the past couple of years or even decade? Or do you think there are other series that do it better? Please let me know in the comments. But I just want to say, despite not being a huge idol fan myself, I don't really like lots of series that are about idols, I did become quickly invested in the series after the first episode, though I must say that the first episode is feature-length film. It's like a movie. It's basically a movie. It's an hour and a half long, so it is a lot to take in, and the whole episode is like a wild, crazy anime ride with lots of different elements that you see in other anime that are brought together for this series, and somehow it all works. I don't know how. But all that to say that even if you're not a huge fan of idols, you probably will like this series. I do hope that there are fans that learn from what the show is trying to do. And as long as the message continues to be the same throughout the rest of the story, and they don't like fall into only pandering to like the obsessed anime fans that do become obsessed with their, idols and there's in the series itself, I think that it still has a lot of potential to do good and be a good series. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you so much for watching. Check out this video next where I break it down another idol series that I did not like and that did not take any time and care towards, trying to show realistic but also responsible ways of dealing with certain negative things that actually happen in real life. So watch that up next. Be wary of idols and anime series that lie to you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.